the lean, the family. Credit cards and the scam.
Hold the door, please.
Huh? Mafia, you're here?
It's been too damn long, Mafia-chan.
Yeah. By any chance, Yagami-kun, are you working on a case for Saori? A video got leaked. It depicted a man committing a murder.
Mafuyu est le procureur du mystère public de Tokyo et aussi le meilleur Saori depuis le fac. Mais le championnat de la justice s'affronte au tribunal librement. Fan de club.
Are you hear about the Ahara case too?
Of course.
I'll bet. If that video is real.
Yes. And it's not like the prosecution can say. To make matters worse, everything leading up to the trial was
That's for sure.
So, for the time, hence why they sent me here to check in on my...
Well, that clears up a lot.
There you kids are. Figured you had to show up sometime.
Mafia? You're caught up in this too?
Yeah, she ran into us downstairs.
I'm sure you can work out that I'm...
Are you sure that's your only motive coming here?
Sorry?
Something like a professional excuse to see Yagami-san?
In your dreams? I had no...
Alright, I'll accept that. For now.
Gotta say, I miss this little...
Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Stop it!
Needless to say, our office is going through this footage with a fine-tooth comb. That said, they've deemed it an unreliable source, and basically, they want it to look like it was considered and already thrown out.
Huh? So, they're not gonna verify the video? Not
Nope.
even...
Not after it was proven in court that Ehara committed sexual battery. I mean, wouldn't you say a conviction has a certain finality? Besides, there's no way Ehara could have murdered Mikoshiba within that limited time span.
Right.
Which means the murder video doesn't really add up, does
What
it?
are you getting at?
I'm saying the prosecution believes the video has been falsified. Special effects, CGI, whatever.
Huh.
Furthermore, the prosecutor pushing that stance was the one who handled Ehara's...
And that is...
His name is Sadao Takano. He was the one gunning the hardest for Ahara the first time around, especially considering his officer status. He kept insisting justice be served, which got the public behind him rather quickly.
He certainly looked the part of the people's prosecutor, grilling Ehara in court.
So what you're saying is, Takano could never accept anything but Ahara's original sentence. Since this footage of the murder contradicts that finding, he just thinks it's a sham.
Yes, and he'd add that a fair trial's result can't be challenged by some...
Well, who could honestly trust a system that changes its mind so easy? Both the prosecutor's office and the court are beholden to the cases.
That's just sweeping the issue under the rug.
It has a domino effect, too. The police are beholden to the verdict we got, so this applies to both Tokyo and Kanagawa.
Really? Why's that?
Supposedly, they don't want to get involved with Ehara until they're sure the video is real. They come in with a list of questions about the murder. It'll show that doubt's being cast on the original.
Yeah, but no one can prove that the video's real.
Right. There's no way to verify the legitimacy of an untraceable video. But if the police aren't allowed to see Ehara, he'll never even become a suspect in the murder.
Exactly. None of the detectives are happy about that. Especially, their job is to bring in a suspect, but their leads are all ending up at the same...
Alors la vidéo du meurtre bloque l'enquête, au lieu d'ouvrir le monde à l'envers.
Until recently, people were lining up to bring Ahara to justice. Yet somehow his involvement in...
Don't be so surprised. Anyone who wants to go against the...
So the case goes cold. All this, if Ahara really did commit murder, it'll have...
True. It would turn the trial into a farce.
But wouldn't challenging this mean going up against an entire system?
Yeah. That scare ya?
Not at all. In fact, I was just thinking, we're the only ones who could take a...
Ha! That's the good shit, kid.
This whole time, we've been writing off Ihara as a convicted sexual predator. But it's looking more and more likely the court played right into his hand. As for me, I'm done being played for a fool.
Then you've heard what I came to say. And with that, I will be on my way. But if you need help...
I think we're good for now, but thanks.
That did clear up a lot.
No problem. See ya.
Man, was Mafuyu-chan cuter than ever, or what? Think maybe it's time to light that flame again, huh?
How many times do I have to tell you? It's not like that.
Alors là, c'est chaud. Hein. Faut vraiment trouver enquête. Ça veut dire que ça serait truqué. Ça serait pas lui. Mais pour moi, je le vois suspect. Attends, on va écouter les autres personnages.
Anyway, what I'd like to do is ask Ihara about that video face to face. Any
I was actually about to suggest that. It's from Ihara's prison.
What?
Hello? Yes,
His
this is
prison?
Shos.
Why would
Guess
they
we'll
call
find
us to...
out.
Understood. I appreciate the candor. That was one of the prison wardens. He was asked to convey a message from Ihara.
About what?
In short, he won't be speaking with his representation any further.
You're joking.
To be more specific, he said he's not taking any more questions.
I'm guessing the murder footage that was uploaded yesterday was also planned out in advance. That or Ihara's conspirators have to be filling him in. How else?
I can see either of those scenarios making sense.
But only someone on the force can be leaking insider information to him like that.
Damn.
Whatever it is, it's screwing up our plans.
Yeah, the timing couldn't have been worse. Now what are we supposed...
Come on. There are plenty of leads that don't involve grilling the culprit.
Yeah? I'd like to hear 'em.
Well, if it were me, I'd start with Saoriku.
Okay.
The first thing I want to learn is whether Ihara is really the murderer in this footage, given the entire sexual battery incident as an alibi. However, this new footage knocks the bottom out of that.
Right. Either his alibi or the murder.
Alors donc l'agression sexuelle de ce meurtre, lequel des deux est le moins possible?
The footage of the murder must have been manipulated somehow. They could have put Ihara's face onto the real killer, or even rendered the whole thing digitally.
So you're suggesting we should distrust the murder footage?
And how do we prove it's real or fake?
Well, I'm sure Tsukumo's...
I'd say there's only one angle left.
L'assassin est Mikoshiba. En face, la version est contradictoire. Elle serait fausse. Alors, pour moi, quelle est l'agression sexuelle de cette scène?
I think we should revisit the harassment case. When the sentence came down in court, no one expected it to end up as a murder alibi. Plus, everyone suspected Ihara was working alone. He may have not been. All this makes a huge difference. No one would suspect a train groping to involve accomplices.
But the entire incident was caught on camera, top to bottom. There's more than enough physical evidence, too.
Then we'll need to verify each and every aspect of the case.
Okay, what first? Should we investigate the crime? Maybe we'll discover something new if we check out the station during the crime.
No, I think we saw everything we could there. Actually, if we're reviewing evidence, we could do that from right here, couldn't we?
What catches your eye specifically? I ask because fabricated evidence would likely show signs of tampering. This would prove Ihara's alibi doesn't hold up.
Alors nous devons étudier l'affaire. Sur quelle preuve de alibi d'Ihara reposerait-il?
This part's still getting to me.
The security footage of Shinjuku Station. The train arriving in the shot there pulled into Shinjuku.
What happened to Ihara after he was caught?
Station police restrained him upon arrival, then conducted. This is where following proper procedure really paid. Within a relatively short time, they detected fibers on Ihara that matched the victim's.
Got it.
Honestly, everything about this part adds
Yeah,
up to me.
same here.
Alors, nous devions étudier l'affaire à la Libye. Donc c'est pas ça.
This part's still getting to me.
This is one of the eyewitness videos recorded at the crime scene. This is the biggest one, at least in terms of what's been aired on television.
Okay, but just to ask, do we know anything about who was behind the camera?
He's a male.
His video lines up with everything the station's security cameras caught.
So, no issues there.
Donc on devrait étudier l'affaire sur laquelle des preuves de la Libye. Reposerait-il? Donc c'est pas ça.
This part's still getting to me.
The security cameras inside the train caught the act on tape.
So Ihara was caught red-handed?
Quite. Once he was detained, police detected fibers of the victim's underwear on his hand. That makes for the most conclusive evidence in a battery case.
And there's no way he just bumped into her or something, right?
The victim wore a knee-length skirt. That's not bumping into someone, Yagami-san. The victim reported feeling physical contact right as the train. She said she spent her 6-minute ride to Shinjuku.
Could you describe the victim for me?
She's an office worker married to an industrial designer. Also has a 60 full name, Yui Mamiya, 30 years old.
A wife and mother.
Perhaps if we talk to Mamiya-san directly, she could give us more insight than that video. She may...
That's a good plan.
In that case, give me a moment so we should have her bear in mind.
That's pretty standard.
Yeah.
Now that you mention it.
Donc en fait, il est perdu dans son enquête. Bon bah voilà, en tout cas je vous dis à une prochaine vidéo, j'espère que ça vous a plu. Et on reviendra tout à l'heure pour la suite.